the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is August 17th, 2024. A Japanese supermarket executive in Myanmar, Hiroshi Kasamatsu, was sentenced to 1 year in prison for violating rice pricing rules. Despite Japan's decision not to impose sanctions on the military regime, Kasamatsu's conviction marks the first involving a Japanese-affiliated company. The Japanese embassy in Myanmar is urging for his release, as he is held in insane prison, known for its inhumane conditions. The regime has been cracking down on price regulation violations amid ongoing conflicts and economic turmoil since the military coup in 2021. 2 Japanese journalists have also faced detention in Myanmar since the coup. With 80th anniversary World War II remembrance ceremonies taking place this past week in Japan, an organization in Tokyo is using Instagram to educate young people about the Imperial Japanese military's suicide attack units, known as kamikaze in English. The group aims to raise awareness and prevent the units from being forgotten. Japan conducted its first organized suicide attack in 1944, which continued until the end of the war in 1945, resulting in significant casualties. The group initially used Facebook and Twitter, but switched to Instagram to reach a younger audience. Their posts include photos of memorials and historical information about the units, hoping to preserve their legacy for future generations. Related to Japanese imperial history, pop singer Adele received backlash from her Korean fans for using an image of the Japanese rising sun flag during a concert in Germany. Adele removed the image from the concert footage but did not issue any formal apology. Professor and social activist Seo Kyung-duk, who leads a global campaign against the flag, criticized Adele for not apologizing. He highlighted the importance of understanding the flag's historical background to prevent its future use. Seo cited a similar incident involving the band Maroon 5 and emphasized the need for pop stars to take appropriate actions when faced with such controversies. Following a series of water-related incidents in Mie Prefecture resulting in 7 deaths, including 4 foreign nationals, local police have created an English-language warning flyer. Warning signs in Japanese are present, but not in foreign languages. The government and police urge people to wear life jackets, but the advice may not have reached foreign residents unfamiliar with Japanese. In one incident on July 7th, 3 Vietnamese men gathering shellfish in Ise Bay were overwhelmed by the incoming tide and drowned. The prefectural police have posted warnings in English on their website and on social media, and with a growing foreign population in Mie, experts stress the importance of safety education. Japan's state debt has reached a record high of 1,311 trillion yen, surpassing the 1,300 trillion yen mark for the first time, highlighting the country's precarious fiscal situation. The debt has grown due to increased spending to support households affected by rising inflation, exceeding Japan's 600 trillion yen economy. The Bank of Japan is beginning to raise interest rates and reduce its purchases of government bonds to achieve its 2% inflation target. The government relies on debt issuance to cover a significant portion of its annual spending, as it grapples with the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and rising living costs. Ramen shops in Japan are struggling due to inflation, rising raw material costs, and a weak economy. Many shops are on the verge of closure, with the number of bankruptcy cases increasing by 114% in 2023, the Kanto and Chugoku regions being particularly affected. Rising costs of ingredients, like pork and wheat, along with high electricity prices, are pressuring ramen shops which rely on slow heating processes. Despite the challenges, some shops are hesitant to raise prices for fear of losing customers. Tokyo Electric Power Company Holdings, Inc. is preparing to extract melted nuclear fuel debris from the Fukushima Daiichi Plant's No. 2 unit, a crucial step in the reactor decommissioning process. challenging task involves removing an estimated 880 tons of debris, a process expected to last 30 to 40 years. A remote-controlled extendable pipe will be used to retrieve the debris from the reactor containment vessel, with a metal claw at the end for gripping. The operation, initially scheduled for 2021, was postponed to 2022 due to technical issues, with a new target set for the latter half of fiscal 2023. A South Korean vessel was seen conducting an unauthorized survey near Takeshima, an island in Japan's exclusive economic zone, on August 11th. Japan Coast Guard confirmed the survey, leading to a protest from Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, demanding an immediate end to the activities. This is not the first incident, as a South Korean research ship conducted similar surveys in June, prompting protests each time. The unauthorized surveys in Japan's EEZ have raised tensions between the two countries, highlighting ongoing disputes over maritime boundaries. The municipal government of Xixi in Fujian Province, China, has issued an order prohibiting fishermen from operating in sensitive sea areas. This comes just in time before the August 13th expiration of the Chinese central government's fishing ban around the disputed Senkaku Islands. The order aims to prevent Japan-China relations from worsening by avoiding large numbers of Chinese fishing boats intruding into Japan's territorial waters. Local authorities in other provinces, such as Zhejiang, are also enhancing patrols and measures to prevent similar incidents. Momoka Tojo, a member of idol group Katakoto Bank, faced backlash after sharing photos of herself with an unnamed male, apparently her boyfriend, leading management to punish her by requiring nightly solo goodnight photos for 1 year. This reflects the traditional idol industry stance on non-dating to maintain a purity image for fans. While some fans may not mind idols dating, more obsessive fans, known as whales, who drive profits, may react negatively. The incident raises concerns about the future of idols openly dating without backlash, balancing personal lives with fan expectations. Tojo, being a good little idol, apologized for the trouble she caused, and will continue posting solo photos to meet her fans' intrusive expectations. And with the end of the Paris Olympics, Japan exceeded expectations, winning 20 gold medals and finishing third in the medal table. Wrestling was a standout sport for Japan, with Tsugumi Sakurai and Rei Higuchi both claiming gold medals. Ami Yuasa made history as the first breaking gold medalist at the Olympics. Haruka Kitaguchi won gold in the javelin event. Sakura Motoki triumphed in women's freestyle wrestling, and other silver medals were also achieved. Japan ended the Olympics with Kotaro Kiyooka and Yuka Kagami securing 2 more gold medals, Kagami being the first Japanese female to win a title in the heaviest weight division. An apparent foreign tourist in Japan caused a local disturbance by climbing onto the entranceway rooftop of a convenience store in Shibuya. The man, filmed by witnesses, ignored warnings from a store employee to get down, and the police were called to intervene. The Shibuya district has been cracking down on public disruptions, discouraging alcohol sales at certain times and public drinking. These types of disruptive behavior by foreigners in Japan have led to the term Meiwaku Gaigokujin, or nuisance foreigner, in the media. Local Japanese news commentators called on visitors to respect local customs and think of others before acting selfishly. Universal Studios Japan has announced a collaboration with the popular anime franchise Chainsaw Man, featuring a themed roller coaster experience with music from the show's opening theme. Riders can choose from different soundtracks on the Hollywood Dream: The Ride, including the epic battle between characters Chainsaw Man and Samurai Sword. Additionally, there will be special Chainsaw Man-themed food and merchandise available, such as Pochita steamed buns and Chainsaw Man churritos. The collaboration begins on September 6th and will run until November 4th, coinciding with another anime franchise soundtrack on the ride. Hideo Shimizu, a 94-year-old former member of Unit 731, visited the former site of the unit's headquarters in Harbin, China. Shimizu, who worked at the site for several months in 1945, expressed remorse for his involvement in the covert biological and chemical warfare research undertaken by the unit during World War II. He mourned the victims of the research operation, which included lethal experimentation on humans. Unit 731 developed biological weapons such as plague and cholera by secretly experimenting on prisoners of war. In 1997, Japan's Supreme Court acknowledged the unit's actions in China. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has decided not to run in the upcoming party leadership vote in September. He believes stepping down is necessary for the Liberal Democratic Party to show positive change, and emphasized the importance of regaining public trust in politics. Potential candidates to replace him include senior LDP lawmakers like Toshimitsu Motegi, Taro Kono, Sanae Takaichi, and Yoko Kamikawa. The new party president will also become the new prime minister through a parliamentary vote. Kishida's government has faced corruption scandals, with factions of the LDP not reporting all income from fundraisers and engaging in money-for-favor politics. Japan's Tokaido Shinkansen bullet train operator will cancel all services between Tokyo and Nagoya on Friday due to severe tropical storm Ampil. East Japan Railway Company warns of delays and cancellations on various Shinkansen lines including Tohoku, Joetsu, Hokuriku, Akita, and Yamagata. Local trains in the Kanto region may also be affected. Tokyu Railways will provide updates on Thursday. Tokaido Shinkansen trains have been running at reduced speed due to a mega earthquake advisory, but operations will return to normal on Thursday if no abnormalities are detected. Crunchyroll, a leading anime streaming service, is expanding in India with a new office in Hyderabad. Despite offering around 800 anime shows and adding new titles regularly, some fans are critical of the limited content availability and poor quality of dubbing in local languages. Anime's popularity is rising in India, with Crunchyroll playing a key role. The company has Bollywood stars as brand ambassadors, sponsors comic cons, and has grown its Indian audience to 46,000 monthly users. To cater to Indian fans, Crunchyroll has dubbed over 80 shows in Hindi, Telugu, and Tamil, and plans to create anime based on Indian stories with merchandise for the market, as well as working with Japanese anime producers. Freelance announcer Yuri Kawaguchi faced backlash and had her contract terminated with her agency after posting about men's body odor. She apologized for her comments, but her agency cited inappropriate postings that defame the opposite sex as the reason for termination. The incident sparked debate on social media, with some defending Kawaguchi and questioning the agency's response, while others criticized her for being discriminatory towards men. Legal experts warn that such conflicts between men and women online may escalate in the future. Tokyo Metropolitan Police arrested a member of a criminal syndicate for extorting a shop in Shibuya Ward that sells marijuana-related products. Jun Kawai, a 41-year-old Yamaguchi Gumi member, and another suspect demanded protection money from an employee selling cookies with CBD, a legal ingredient in Japan. The suspects insinuated the business was illegal and threatened trouble if not paid. Police did not disclose whether the suspects acknowledged the accusations and are investigating the case further. In the first half of 2024, prefectural police in Japan cited over 25,000 traffic violations involving electric kick scooters, with 218 accidents and 225 injuries reported, though no fatalities. The most common violations including speeding on sidewalks, disregarding traffic signals, and driving under the influence of alcohol. E-scooters meeting certain standards are classified as specified small motorized bicycles, and under current regulations can be ridden without a driver's license by those aged 16 or older. The National Police Agency released this data on e-scooter violations to raise awareness of safe riding practices. In science news, researchers at Riken and GK University have discovered that a peptide in mammalian blood signals yellow fever mosquitoes to stop feeding before they are full. This finding could aid in understanding mosquito blood feeding mechanisms and developing methods to inhibit blood feeding, crucial for controlling diseases like Japanese encephalitis, malaria, and dengue. The researchers observed mosquitoes reducing blood intake as fibrinopeptide A, or FPA, exposure increased. They aim to identify the FPA receptor in mosquitoes for potential methods to control blood feeding artificially. A Japanese research team has created immune cells using human embryonic stem cells to combat COVID-19. The team, including members from Kyoto University and Fujita Health University, plans to conduct a clinical trial within 3 years on immunocompromised patients with severe COVID-19 symptoms. They engineered cytotoxic T cells to target virus-infected cells with unique genes to detect novel coronavirus proteins. Tests showed promising results with 90% of infected cells dying within 12 hours. The treatment, which may be effective for other viral infections, is expected to have low risk of severe side effects during the trial. An invasive species of genetically modified ornamental fish, known as blue medaka, has been discovered in natural waters in Japan's Shiga Prefecture. These fish pose a threat to the genetic integrity of native species and are spreading throughout the region. The research team suspects aquarium keepers, unwilling to continue to care for their fish, are releasing them into the wild. However, as they can crossbreed with native species and cause irreversible genetic impacts, the researchers are urging people not to release their fish. A recent survey by Tokyo-based Research Institute revealed that over 80% of respondents in Japan are not interested in using the country's version of ride-sharing services. The service, launched in April to address a taxicab shortage, allows regular drivers to give rides for a fee under taxi operators' supervision. While the government aims to promote this service, many users have concerns, with safety issues being the primary worry. Despite the potential advantage of lower fares, misconceptions exist as current prices are on par with cab fares. Respondents expressed mixed views on the future of ride-sharing, with some calling for the ban on non-taxi operator services to be lifted. Japan is facing scrutiny over the rising costs of expanding the Tokuriku bullet train line from Tokyo to the port city of Tsuruga. The project, now estimated at $36 billion, has more than doubled since 2016 due to higher supply and labor costs. There is a need for more detailed data before moving forward with the extension, which may take up to 28 years to complete. The proposed route to Osaka includes building a new underground stop in Kyoto, with 3 possible paths under consideration. The project aims to start construction in 2025, pending approval from the Liberal Democratic Party. And finally, in golfing news, Hideki Matsuyama will be starting the PGA Tour's postseason without his caddy and coach after falling victim to a robbery during a stopover in London. Matsuyama's wallet was stolen, but his Olympic bronze medal and passport were not taken. Unfortunately, his caddy and coach had their passports stolen and had to return to Japan to get new documents. Despite the setback, Matsuyama is ranked number 8 in the FedEx Cup and is on track to reach the Tour Championship in Atlanta. Taiga Tabuchi will be filling in as Matsuyama's caddy this week at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. That brings us to the end of the news items for this week. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.